What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. We've got a massive update for you today, covering everything you need to know about the crypto market as of July 3rd, 2025. The market is absolutely on fire right now, and there are some seriously game-changing developments happening that you do not want to miss. We're going to dive deep into the top news stories, break down some technical analysis on your favorite coins, and pinpoint the key trends that are shaping the future of this industry. It's going to be packed with information, so make sure you grab a coffee and get ready. Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty, I have to give my usual disclaimer. And seriously, listen up for this part because it's incredibly important. Nothing in this video constitutes financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is created purely for informational and entertainment purposes. The crypto market is notoriously volatile, and you can lose money just as quickly as you can make it. My goal here is to share the latest news and my personal perspective on it, but you absolutely must do your own research. Please, please, please don't just take my word for it. Think of this video as a starting point for your own investigation. We'll cover the headlines, we'll look at the charts, and we'll discuss what it all could mean, but the final decisions have to be yours. Your financial situation is unique and your risk tolerance is your own. So, with that very important note out of the way, let's get right into it and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out more than you know, and it only takes a second. Let's break down what's happening in the wild world of crypto. Alright, first up on our list is a monumental story coming from Ripple. They have officially submitted an application for a national banking charter here in the United States. This is not a drill. If approved, this would allow Ripple to operate as a nationally recognized bank, offering services like holding customer funds and processing payments directly without relying on traditional banking partners. This is a massive, audacious move that could completely reshape the landscape not just for Ripple and XRP, but for the entire intersection of cryptocurrency and traditional finance. Imagine a crypto company with the same legal standing as a major national bank. The implications are staggering. The market has reacted exactly as you'd expect, with explosive enthusiasm. XRP's price saw a significant surge on the news as investors speculate on what this could mean for its utility and adoption. A banking charter would provide Ripple with unparalleled regulatory clarity and legitimacy, something the entire crypto space has been craving for years. It could unlock new institutional partnerships and pave the way for mainstream financial products built directly on the XRP ledger. This isn't just about one company, it's a potential watershed moment that could see other major crypto players follow suit, further blurring the lines between DeFi and TradFi. We will be watching this one very, very closely. Let's talk about the king, Bitcoin. The price action has been absolutely incredible. As of this morning, Bitcoin has decisively smashed through the $109,000 resistance level and is holding strong. This isn't just a random pump, it's being fueled by a relentless wave of institutional money pouring into the market. We're seeing a massive increase in inflows into the various spot Bitcoin ETFs, which indicates that the big players, the pension funds, the hedge funds, the asset managers, are not just dipping their toes in anymore. They are now cannonballing into the deep end, and they are buying up every dip with conviction. This sustained institutional interest is the key takeaway here. It's one thing to see retail excitement drive a rally, but it's another thing entirely when the smart money with deep pockets starts consistently allocating capital. This provides a much stronger price floor and signals a long-term belief in Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class. The narrative has shifted from "Is Bitcoin a viable investment?" to "How much Bitcoin should we have in our portfolio?" The significance of this cannot be overstated. It adds a layer of stability and credibility that was missing in previous bull cycles, suggesting that this rally might have the legs to go much, much further than many people anticipate. Shifting gears over to Ethereum, we're witnessing a quiet but incredibly powerful trend. The total supply of stablecoins on the Ethereum network has just hit a new all-time high of over $135.4 billion. Let that number sink in for a moment. That is an enormous amount of digital cash sitting on the sidelines ready to be deployed within the Ethereum ecosystem. This isn't just idle capital, it's the lifeblood of DeFi, the fuel for NFT marketplaces, and the primary medium of exchange for countless decentralized applications. It represents immense purchasing power and an incredible level of trust in the Ethereum network as the foundational settlement layer for digital dollars. So, what does this massive stablecoin supply imply? It's a profoundly bullish signal for the health and future growth of the entire ecosystem. This capital can be used for lending, borrowing, yield farming, and most importantly, buying other crypto assets like ETH. It acts as dry powder, waiting for the right opportunity to flow into the market, which can help absorb selling pressure and fuel the next leg up. Furthermore, it demonstrates that even with the rise of Layer 2s and competing blockchains, Ethereum remains the undisputed king when it comes to high-value transactions and stablecoin issuance. This liquidity is a massive moat that will be very difficult for any competitor to overcome. Now for some exciting tech news that could fundamentally change how blockchains interact. A project called Avail has just unveiled its Nexus beta, and it's a really big deal for anyone who's tired of the fragmented, siloed nature of the crypto world. Right now, moving assets and information between different blockchains, say from Ethereum to Solana, can be clunky, expensive, and honestly, pretty insecure. Avail Nexus aims to solve this by creating what they call a unification layer, essentially a universal hub that connects disparate blockchain ecosystems. It uses something called zero-knowledge proofs to securely validate transactions across different chains without them needing to trust each other directly. Think of it like a universal translator and passport control for the entire blockchain universe. This technology is designed to make the user experience seamless, allowing liquidity and data to flow freely between chains. If Avail succeeds in its mission, it could significantly reduce the tribalism we see in crypto, where ecosystems compete rather than cooperate. It would create a more unified, interconnected internet of blockchains, where developers can build applications that leverage the unique strengths of multiple networks simultaneously. The launch of the Nexus beta is the first major step towards this future, and it's a project that a lot of developers are watching with great interest. In the ongoing battle of the Layer 1 blockchains, Sui is making some serious waves. New data shows that Sui's developer community is experiencing explosive growth, with a surge in the number of active developers building on the platform. This is a critical metric to watch because a thriving developer ecosystem is the leading indicator of a network's future success. Developers are the ones who build the apps, the DeFi protocols, and the games that attract users and create value. Without developers, a blockchain is just a ghost town with great technology but no one to use it. What's particularly interesting is how Sui is positioning itself relative to its competitors, especially Solana. While Solana has long been praised for its strong developer community, Sui's rapid growth suggests it's becoming a formidable contender. Its unique object-centric model and the Move programming language are clearly resonating with builders looking for better performance and security. This influx of talent is a testament to the strength of Sui's underlying technology and the effectiveness of its foundation in fostering a welcoming environment for innovation. If this trend continues, we could see Sui capture a significant share of the decentralized application market in the coming months. Speaking of Solana, it just hit a major milestone in its journey towards mainstream adoption. The very first Solana ETF has officially debuted. The Rex Osprey Solana Plus staking ETF is now live, offering investors a regulated and straightforward way to gain exposure to both the price of SOL and the staking rewards it generates. This is huge. It opens the door for a whole new class of investors who may be uncomfortable buying crypto directly from an exchange, but are perfectly happy to invest through a traditional brokerage account. It adds a stamp of legitimacy and makes SOL accessible to a much wider audience. As you can imagine, the price of SOL responded very positively to the launch, seeing a healthy pump as anticipation turned into reality. The inclusion of staking rewards within the ETF is a particularly clever feature, as it allows investors to benefit from the network's proof-of-stake consensus mechanism without having to deal with the complexities of self-custody and delegation. This launch follows in the footsteps of the successful Bitcoin ETFs, and is a strong signal that institutional demand is expanding beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum. It cements Solana's position as one of the top-tier crypto assets and paves the way for potential future ETFs for other leading altcoins. We have more big news for the XRP ecosystem. The XRPL EVM sidechain is now officially live. This is a piece of technology that the community has been anticipating for a very long time. In simple terms, this sidechain is a parallel blockchain that runs alongside the main XRP ledger, but is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine, or EVM. The EVM is the software environment where the vast majority of smart contracts and decentralized applications, like those on Ethereum, are built and run. This launch is a game changer for XRP's utility. What this means is that developers can now easily bring their existing Ethereum-based dApps over to the XRP ecosystem with minimal changes. This opens the floodgates for a wave of DeFi, NFT, and gaming applications to be built using the XRP ledger's native speed and low transaction fees, while also tapping into the massive XRP user base and liquidity. It effectively builds a bridge between the two largest and most active communities in crypto. This move could significantly enhance the utility of both XRP and the XRP ledger, transforming it from primarily a payments network into a full-fledged smart contract platform capable of competing directly with other layer ones. Get ready for the next evolution in DeFi, because BounceBit is about to blur the lines between crypto and the stock market in a big way. The project has announced its upcoming launch of on-chain tokenized equities. That means you'll soon be able to trade real-world assets like stocks, ETFs, and even bonds directly on the blockchain as tokens. They're planning to start with some of the biggest names like tokenized versions of Apple and Nvidia stock, and popular ETFs like SPY. This is a massive step towards the tokenization of all real-world assets, a narrative that many believe is the next multi-trillion-dollar opportunity in crypto. The really innovative part is how BounceBit plans to integrate these tokenized stocks with its existing DeFi infrastructure. Imagine using your tokenized Apple stock as collateral to take out a loan, or providing liquidity in a trading pool for a tokenized S&P 500 ETF to earn yield. This creates a powerful new set of financial primitives, combining the stability and familiarity of traditional assets with the transparency, efficiency, and composability of decentralized finance. It could unlock trillions of dollars of value currently locked up in the traditional financial system and bring it on-chain. This is definitely a project to keep an eye on as it goes live. Alright, let's do a rapid-fire round of technical analysis on some of the most requested coins. Remember, this is just a snapshot, not trading advice. For Bitcoin, we've broken key resistance at 109,000, and the next major target to watch is the psychological 120,000 level. Support is now forming around that previous 109,000 mark. The sentiment is overwhelmingly bullish. For Ethereum, it's steadily climbing within a clear upward channel, finding support on the lower trend line. A break above 7,500 could trigger a move towards the 8,000 all-time high. For Ripple, the news has caused a massive breakout from its long-term consolidation pattern. We're looking for it to hold above the $1.10 level to confirm the new uptrend. Moving on to some others, Monero continues its steady, quiet climb, respecting key moving averages and showing strength in a market that often overlooks privacy coins. PEPE is showing classic meme coin volatility, but it's forming a bullish pennant on the daily chart, suggesting a potential for another explosive move if it breaks upwards. And finally, Cardano is still trading within a range but is starting to press up against heavy resistance. A decisive close above the $1.50 area could signal the start of a much larger rally. Overall, the market sentiment across the board is shifting from neutral to greedy, so trade carefully and manage your risk. So let's zoom out and look at the broader trends defining the crypto market right now, in July 2025. First and foremost is the undeniable bull market momentum. The combination of Bitcoin ETF inflows, positive regulatory news, and technological breakthroughs has created a perfect storm of positive sentiment. We are clearly in a period of sustained growth, and the key is to not get shaken out by short-term volatility. The second major trend is the accelerating integration of AI and crypto. We're seeing more projects leverage AI for things like on-chain analytics, automated trading strategies, and creating more dynamic NFTs. This fusion of two of the biggest tech revolutions is just getting started. Third, the regulatory landscape, while still complex, is slowly becoming clearer. Moves like Ripple's banking charter application and the approval of more ETFs show a trend towards integration rather than outright prohibition, at least in certain jurisdictions. Fourth is the tokenization of real-world assets, or RWAs, which we talked about with BounceBit. This is no longer a theoretical concept. It's happening now and is poised to bring trillions of dollars of value on-chain. Finally, the exploration of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, continues globally. While this presents both opportunities and risks for the crypto space, it further legitimizes the underlying blockchain technology in the eyes of governments and central banks. And that is a wrap for our crypto market update for July 3rd, 2025. We covered a ton of ground today, from Ripple's historic banking ambitions and Bitcoin's incredible price surge, to the flood of stablecoins on Ethereum and the exciting new ETFs hitting the market. It's clear that the pace of innovation is not slowing down, and the institutional adoption we've been talking about for years is finally here in a big way. The key takeaway is that the fundamentals across the space are strengthening, and the technology is maturing at an incredible rate. However, and I cannot stress this enough, please remember that the crypto market is extremely volatile and can be incredibly risky. Prices can swing wildly based on news, sentiment, or sometimes for no reason at all. This video is intended to be a source of information and to get you thinking, but it is absolutely not a guide on how you should invest your money. The information we discussed today is for informational purposes only. Please be smart, be safe, and never invest more than you are willing to lose. Your financial journey is your own responsibility. If you found any value in this video, it would mean the world to me if you could take a quick second to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss any future updates. And I really want to hear from you. What story are you most excited about? What coins are you watching? Drop a comment down below with your thoughts or any questions you have. I do my best to read through all of them. As a final reminder, always consider consulting with a qualified financial professional before making any major investment decisions. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.